And UK coalition forces did strike more than 60 targets at 16 Houthi locations. Radar systems included, defense systems as well, and missile storage and launch sites.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House, where President Biden put out a statement.
This was a direct response to at least 27 Houthi attacks on commercial shipping that have affected 50 nations, with crews from more than 20 countries having been taken hostage or threatened in acts of piracy.
Republican Congressman Michael Waltz tells Fox,
better late than never. I'm thrilled to see actually some of the ships, one of them, the USS Florida, taking this action. The White House is finally letting them do so.
But some Democrats are critical, saying the president should have asked Congress for approval first, fearing a widening Middle East conflict as the price of oil surges up almost 4%. Israel's gone to the International Court of Justice defending itself from what it calls a false charge from South Africa that it's committing genocide in Gaza. Israel says it's a war against Hamas it did not want, then gave graphic details of Hamas's brutality in the October terror attack that started the war. Will the judge who already ruled the Trump organization committed fraud fine the company and ban it from doing business in New York? Attorney General Letitia James hopes so.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how rich you are, that no one is above the law.
Former President Trump calls it unfair election interference, and he's a victim.
Everybody knows what I just said. This is a sham, and it's a shame.
President Biden's wiping out more student loan debt in a targeted program after the Supreme Court struck down his bigger plan.
The implementation of a provision of the SAVE plan will allow borrowers who took out less than $12,000 in student loans and have been in repayment at least 10 years to have all remaining student debt canceled immediately.
That's Jared Halpert. America's listening to Fox News.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Paid actor portrayal.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
A vote looms in the House later this month to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress after Republicans approved that in two committees because the president's son has refused to answer their questions in private as Republicans investigate Biden family business dealings and if his father's involved. Oversight Committee Chair James Comer tells Fox,
eventually the Bidens are going to be held accountable in a court of law.
Hunter Biden was arraigned yesterday in Los Angeles accused of tax crimes.
After entering not guilty pleas to 9 felony and misdemeanor tax fraud counts, Hunter Biden learned his next court date, a motions hearing, is set for March 27th. That's less than 3 months ahead of a trial start date of June 20th. These counts follow the unraveling of an earlier plea deal that would have avoided prosecution on a gun charge. Defense attorney Abby Lowell implying during the hearing there may have been congressional interference with that deal. Hunter Biden did not comment after that hearing. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
President Biden will go to Allentown, Pennsylvania today, touting his economic agenda.
Thanks to the resilience and grit of the community and President Biden's policies, Allentown is making a comeback, as are many other towns around the country.
National Economic Advisor Lael Brainard, Bureau of Labor Statistics show Allentown's unemployment rate 6.5% when President Biden took office. It ballooned to 20%, now at 4% post-pandemic, as the president looks to recapture the state of Pennsylvania like he did in 2020, though when prices of everything were lower. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Speaking of prices, later this hour, we're going to get an update on wholesale inflation for December. On Wall Street, stocks could drop. Dow futures are down more than 100 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. House fire Wednesday morning in Champaign County destroyed a house and 2 cars. Happened east of Thomasboro on a county road. When firefighters arrived, all that was left were flames and smoking bricks. Thankfully, the homeowner was in Urbana and wasn't near the house. State Fire Marshal is investigating. Champaign police reporting another year with fewer shootings and more engagement with the community. Department releasing Wednesday's review of last year. The data shows the downward trend of 2022 continued into 2023. There were fewer shootings, incidences, and homicides. Governor Pritzker is celebrating last year's economic development milestones as Illinois advances into the new year. Governor says Illinois business stronger than ever, and there's no better place to expand and grow. He noted that Illinois is attracting companies looking to make large-scale, long-term investments. Illinois also reached its highest ever hotel tax revenue figures. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hey, thank you, Jim Miller. This could have been a mess, and it's not so far. It's going to get really cold. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. Diane Ducey, our weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking to increase their team. If you're concerned about the community's health and would love to help people and there's opportunities for growth, go to carl.org/careers.
It is the 12th of January. I am Stevie Jay, and Benji Molina, Yachty's brother, coming up here in just a moment about the Cardinal Caravan. Doors open at 11 this morning, Mr. Greg Solier, and I think weather-wise, we're pretty good around here. I mean, all things considered.
Yes, as we talked about yesterday. Yeah, a nice little improvement around here, at least deviation from the storm track. Not going to completely escape this thing, mind you, but the worst of it for now expected to play out to the north. And we've seen a quick burst of snow come out of the Bloomington-Normal area, Peoria, and up towards Chicago. Even some reports of some thunder snow, lightning and thunder, with some heavy downfalls of snow over the past couple of hours from Streeter on northward, and still the at least back edge of some of that snowfall is making its way out of northern Iroquois and Kankakee counties. Big flakes and a couple of inches of snow on the ground in about an hour's time. But that's a typical setup on these particular storm systems. But this initial wave moving through, a little bit of leftover rain over parts of east central Illinois. 36 now at Willard and Savoy, 35 Danville, a little rain and wet snow. Again, Iroquois County down around the Brickyard. And then from here southwestward, they're already close to 50 at St. Louis. And so that run back and forth between here and there should be in good shape. Again, not recommended as you go up towards Peoria, Chicago, and points north and west from there. We'll make a run today to about 40, actually a wide range of temperatures across east central Illinois, probably 40-ish here, 45 to 50 south, and so still some mild weather enough to the north of us, where there'll be some additional spells of rain and wet out there for the day today and this morning. Around here, on and off periods of rain, maybe even a thunderstorm back in late morning this afternoon. 2 to 4 o'clock, the wind shift around into the north, temperatures drop, and it will be a flash freeze as we bottom out at 19. Rain, snow mixed across the area first part of the night. Snow showers and flurries after midnight could leave a short inch or two if you can find it on west winds to 50 miles per hour. Very windy, sharply colder tomorrow. A couple of snow showers and flurries, some blowing around of that snow. Temperatures around 20 in the morning and then slowly falling on those west-northwesterly winds, 40 to 50 miles per hour. 0 tomorrow night. Winds stay up and a breezy, very cold Sunday, maybe a snow shower, 5 above on the high. And those west winds continue through Sunday at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And gusty will be down below 0 here. Monday, Tuesday morning with high temperatures up in the single digits. More light snow late Monday to Tuesday, up to 20 Wednesday. Another Arctic front is scheduled in here for Thursday, and more light snow next Thursday and Friday of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Cardinal Caravan this year, one of the big guys coming is my old buddy Benji Molina. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. And let me tell you, every time the caravan gets close, like they tell us where we're going, they assigned us and they tell us the caravan, this one goes somewhere. It gets really, really exciting because last year I had a chance to go to Arkansas, Memphis, I think it was Indiana, but this year I have a chance to stay in Illinois, Champaign, going to Horseshoe, Bloomington, and then Peoria. So every time they tell us where to go, it's super exciting.
Well, plus you're going to Champaign, which is Stevie Jay, and you said, I can't wait. That's my favorite one. I mean, that's exactly what you thought.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
That's what I thought, and that's what I'm going to say from now on.
Hey, listen. Okay, so first of all, you and Polo are doing all the games in Spanish. Is that what I understand? Do you go on the road now?
No, not yet, not yet. Obviously, it was a big and a huge step to do all home games. You know, we're trying to do obviously away games, but this is not our deal, man. We have to wait for the bus. You know, we have to wait for the jefe to come up to us and say, "Okay, we're ready for you guys to go on the road." You know.
Okay,
so,
all right. I thought I'd read that, but maybe not. But you are doing all the home games, correct?
All the home games, all the home games, which is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic, fantastic. No, it's groundbreaking, groundbreaking. I think it's awesome, and you do such a good job from what I can tell. I can't understand you, Benji, but I see the excitement, and I hear it in your voice. you sound awesome. All right, let's Benji Molina. Let's recap. What happened to our Cardinals last year? What do you think?
Oh, it was a mix-up of everything. I always tell people that sometimes you get these years where at the beginning, obviously, everybody saw how the pitching was. It wasn't doing very good at the beginning of the year. We couldn't pass 3 innings as a starter. The bullpen got overloaded by the half of the year. The bullpen was kind of, hanging arms.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, the offense took a step down from winning games. It was a mix-up of everything. I think the problems inside the clubhouse kind of had to do some with it, and it took a toll at the beginning of the season that it was really, really hard to overcome at the end. Right.
Right.
They dug themselves in a hole so deep that it was tough, and it happens sometimes. It happens. It's time for the ownership and time for the manager and coaches to figure it out, so that doesn't happen again. And this year they can come over with a new mind and see what happened, right? So it was a mix up of things.
Okay, but we signed some veteran pitchers. Are you happy with what the Cardinals did here in the off season?
You know what? I thought they were going to sign another number one, because when we left, they said they were going to do like 3 number ones or 3 number 2 guys, and they only signed a number 1, and then they signed a guys that they call to 8 innings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means in the league. I like to have guys to win games.
Yeah, right.
That's what I like. To 8 innings, but in what cost?
Right.
I'd rather hear them say to win games so we can win the division.
Yeah.
They haven't addressed the bullpen. Well, they do. They have. They got a few guys there that they're going to do a good job. They had addressed the bullpen, and also the hitting, the lineup. I think they're committed to their guys, right?
Right.
They're committed to Carson. They're committed to Lars Nootbaar, to Walker. There's going to be a couple guys in spring training that are going to open eyes, because they need at least one more guy.
Right.
One more guy in the outfield. So
we got Jordan Walker is obviously a pretty talented kid and a good young man, but he just turned 22. What do you see from Jordan Walker's upside, Benji Molina?
Well, I see a lot of maturity. He's a very mature guy. And when I say mature, it's what you're looking for on a player, because that'll give him the hard work, that will give him the dedication, that will give him what he did last year. It was an awesome year for Jordan Walker. A year under his belt. I can wait to see what he can do his second year, because he's going to be more comfortable. He's going to be going to have more drive, because now he knows what to expect.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited for him, and he's on our caravan. So
I know that.
We're going to see him.
We got people coming to see Benji Molina, and then they want to see Jordan Walker, baby. That's how it works. No, listen, I'm excited that Yachty is going to be part of the team now. He's going to work with John Mozeliak. What do you think your brother will contribute to all this?
Oh my gosh, so many things he can contribute. He's going to bring his fiery self. He's going to bring that to the clubhouse whenever he's here. He's going to help out Mo, obviously making decisions on who to bring and who not to bring. And I think it's going to be very exciting to see him. He's going to help out Ollie. Oli Marmol too, the manager. So the players respect them. So whenever they see him, obviously they give him their respect, and whenever Yadi talks, everybody listens. So there's so many things that this kid is going to bring to the Cardinals, and hopefully he's around more than just a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's around more of the team, more than what they said just a few times. I hope he's around the team more.
Am I exaggerating when I say losing Yadier Molina behind home plate really hurt the Cardinals last year? Wasn't he kind of a manager on the field, Benji?
I think Yadi was a leader behind the plate on the field, and there's nothing that it's make unfair. Let me tell you this, Steve. It's really unfair when people try to make Contreras and make comparisons. Yeah. I think it's really, really unfair. You should not do that. I think Contreras did a good job last year. It took him a few months, especially after what he dealt with, with the pitchers, and it was very embarrassing for him.
Yeah.
But he did a great job. He stood up. He took his low blows, put him into his back of the head, and he just kept going. And he's a good kid too. So it's very unfair. We had a Hall of Famer behind the plate, and it happened with the Yankees with Derek Jeter. What happened to the shortstops with Derek Jeter? They had like 20 already. Carl Rickham in Baltimore, Hall of Famer, and then when he retired, it was really hard to put somebody behind him. So it's the same thing with Yadi. It's really hard to put somebody out there and expect them to do what Yadi did behind the plate. So I'm very happy with Wilson. He's done a great job. I really think it's going to be a good year for him this year. Thank you so much for having me, Stevie. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. There's going to be players on our bus. It's going to be Chip Carey, Brad Thompson, guys like that who's gonna turn it on over there in that hotel. And it's gonna be so much fun. I hope the fans enjoy it, because this is super special for us to go and do these things for you guys, for the fans.
Yeah, we can't wait. Benji, thanks for your time.
You got it, Steve.
Benji Molina, Yadi's brother, great guy, and he'll be here, part of the Cardinal Caravan, along with Jordan Walker, Andre Palante, Packy Naughton, and Victor Scott II. Brad Thompson will be one of the alums, along with Benji Molina, and Chip Carey is the MC.
So the program starts at noon, and at 11 is when the doors open. We are so excited about the Cardinal Caravan.
Yep.
It's at the iHotel at 1900 South 1st Street today.
There was a basketball game last night.
Yes, there was, and we won.
Yeah, it was just a physical game.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah,
I was tired watching it.
I was exhausted. Anyway, we win 71-68 over Michigan State. Illinois now 3-1 in the Big Ten, 12-3 overall. Weather now brought to you by Urbana Park District.
And they remind you lots of creative senior connections. There's also the virtual 5K you can get involved in. Even some cross-country skiing to explore maybe after this weekend. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
A big-time Stever coming up. Don't miss it.
Welcome, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Van vicinity, and this impressive dynamic storm making its presence felt already. A couple of spells of rain, a rumble of thunder in parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. We'll do it again late this morning, this afternoon, with periods of rain, maybe a thunderstorm, and some wet snow mixed into the north. Temperatures either side of 40 as south winds turn to the north, and those temperatures will crash into the early to mid-afternoon. Overnight lows with a flash freeze at 19. Keep an eye on those bridge decks, overpasses, and roadways. Some rain and snow this evening. Overnight, snowfall of 1 inch to maybe 2 inches, and that northwest-west wind up to 50 miles per hour through the day tomorrow as well. Temperatures around 20 and dropping. A couple of passing snow showers and flurries near 0 tomorrow night. Highs only 5 on Sunday. More light snow in here for late Monday to Tuesday next week. Single-digit highs down a bit below 0 at night with dangerously low wind chills. Some moderation mid next week. Another round of snow and back into the deep freeze with sub-zero cold towards late next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Oil prices rose this morning following the U.S.-led coalition launching a strike against Iran-backed Houthi rebels. Big bank earnings are coming in. J.P. Morgan Chase reported a lower profit because of fees related to last year's regional banking rescue. The bank also says the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East have the potential to disrupt energy and food markets, migration, and military and economic relationships. Bank of America had a mixed quarter. Wells Fargo's earnings matched expectations. Delta Airlines says it saw record travel demand in the holiday season, and people remain financially healthy and are eager to travel this year. Delta also says a record number of people paid for premium seats rather than getting free upgrades. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost me?
Nothing. Come on. For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freak and chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
I got Wes on the line from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing and Underground. Wes, are you awake, my friend?
Absolutely.
How many kids you have? You're always up, aren't you?
I got 4. Yeah, they keep me going.
All right, what is your title with Lands? What do you do for them, bud?
So here at Lands, I head up our residential replacement department. In that, we go into people's homes and install new systems for them, take care of issues, whether it's air quality related or comfort related, or just needing new systems.
You do an outstanding job, as does your team. So here's a Stever we are offering, and I'm going to describe this, and you can help me. We are going to be offering. There's a comfort club that Lands has. Essentially, it kind of gets a regular thing going, so you don't have to always remember to call, right? So this is something people can get, and it's called the Comfort Club. There's 2 levels. There's a blue and an orange. Orange has more comprehensive in it, so that's what the Stever is going to do today. What we're doing with the Lands Orange Comfort Family Plan, which is normally like $40 a month, we're going to get all kinds of things like 2 HVAC precision tune-ups. So I presume that's furnace and air conditioning, Wes?
Yep.
And you're going to change my filter?
Yep, we're going to change your filter while we're there, and if your filter needs changed more often than that, we're going to provide you with filters you need for the year.
And then,
on standard-sized filters, anyhow.
And on this plan, there are 2 precision plumbing tune-ups. What will that include?
Yep, so on the plumbing side, that we're going to come out, we're going to check all your fixtures, check your your tubs, your showers, your sinks, your water heater, your sump pump. Once a year, we'll drain and flush your tank-style water heaters.
Man.
And just do regular maintenance on it, both times.
And I think I'm reading here in 2024, this will also include a main sewer line camera inspection?
Yeah, that's new value that we've added. It's it's a great value because a lot of times a lot of our customers don't really know what their main line looks like until they have a mess.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. You need to know because you want to prevent it. Won't be as expensive if you see it coming, right?
Right. It's not going to be as expensive, and it's not, hopefully we can, by preemptively looking at that and showing you what that looks like, if there is an issue, you can choose how you want to address that.
Yeah.
If you want to wait until it becomes a problem, or if you want to do a preemptive strike on that, get it cleaned out, or maybe if something needs repair done to it.
Right.
Basically just checking the integrity of that line.
And plus, the Lands Orange Comfort Family Plan will get you 25% discount on upfront repairs, priority service. There's a lot of good things here. So that it's something taken care of for $39.95 a month. Stevie J is going to pay for this for somebody for a year. This is unbelievable Stever offer. And Wes, you guys are going to take care of some new people, and we're excited about offering this. So it's a great Stever. No, don't offer to arm wrestle Wes. Don't do that. Very bad idea if you want to arm wrestle you, big fella. Anyway, keep up your fine work with Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground, and we're going to go to it on the Stever, my friend. Stay safe out there in your work environment, and keep up your great work, Wes. You're a great guy.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help with this.
So it's the Orange Plan, which is $39.95 a month. I'm going to pay for this for you for a year.
Nice.
You get your air conditioner and furnace tuned up once a year. You'll check all your drains, your water heaters. They're going to check underground. It's just a comprehensive plan.
Mm-hmm.
For $39.95, you're going to get all of this, and I'm going to buy it for you for 12 months. Wow.
I know I forget the routine maintenance we need to do. I know my husband's probably better at this, but this is kind of an insurance policy to make sure you're staying on top of it.
Kind of like changing your oil in
Right.
your car. So here you go, and you get a little light in your car to remind you for that.
Right, but not in your home.
Nope, the Orange Plan with the Lands Comfort family. You'll get the Orange Plan from me, and if you're interested in me covering this for 12 months for you,
nice.
You just text in LANZ Lands to 217-359-2255. I don't know what to tell you. This is unusual.
2024 Stever offers are really coming out with a bang this year.
We got some other stuff coming too.
Nice.
So again, I'm paying for 12 months of your care at your home in the Lands Comfort Club. So you just text in LANZ if you want to be considered for one of these plans. I'm buying it for 12 months.
Awesome.
Whoa. 217-359-2255. You can text in right now. All right, Illinois wins last night. We beat those Michigan State Spartans, Brad Underwood.
Think about what you would have thought a game with Michigan State would be. Maybe not the prettiest game we've played, especially in comparison to our last game here at home against Northwestern. I'm really, really happy and pleased with our guys. We have literally had whatever it is go through us. Our bye hit at the right time. Ty was sick at Purdue. Had 103-degree fever the next day, and then it just kind of went through us with Luke, Draven, Q. I mean, we've had multiple guys with it, so including me. We didn't do much. We kind of had to get back and compete here for a couple days. We did kind of what we expected them to do. Put Manny Sissoko on Ty. I thought Ty was really, really aggressive in the first half.
But what about Coleman? Coleman, you've loosened up, man. You're hitting shots, Coleman Hawkins.
Coleman, the way you're shooting the ball right now from the outside, what's different for you now, maybe in comparison to years past?
Honestly, I think I just stopped caring. I think I just shoot it now. I think I just cared too much in the past, worrying about if it was going to go in or not. Now I just shoot the ball, So, yeah, I think I just stopped caring and just shoot the ball.
Brad, Coleman said he stopped caring and just shooting the ball.
Is that what he said? He didn't care? God, thank the Lord. You guys have heard me for years comment about his shooting. I think Coleman is one of the best. Coleman might be the best catch and shoot guy on our team, and that's no offense to Luke Goody or anybody else. When he shoots it, I think it goes in, and I don't know what more as a coach that I could do over the years than to keep pleading with him to shoot it. I think it's every player's dream to have a coach that tells you to shoot it.
No kidding. Yeah. I can shoot it. You want me to shoot it, Coach? Do I have to make it? Because I can
Put
shoot
up.
it.
Well, sometimes you just get in your head is the thing.
Well, no, you're
So-
thinking too much. And,
Right.
and he's loosened up, and boy, really good game. All right, the three guys with 15 points who beat Michigan State 71-68. We're off to Maryland here in Champaign, actually Sunday at 1.
And Maryland beat Michigan 64-57 yesterday.
Yep. Okay, so we'll come right back. It's Friday. It's 7:30. Cardinal Caravan, doors open at 11. Hotel and Conference Center. Jordan Walker, the headliner. Benji Molina, too. Brother Johnny, coming up next on this Friday morning. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. U.S.-led coalition attacks Houthi targets in Yemen. The militants say 5 people are dead, 6 are wounded. 100 precision missiles fired from the U.S. and U.K. forces slamming into at least 60 targets. Fox's Jackie Heinrich has President Biden's reaction.
He said that this was a direct response to at least 27 Houthi attacks on commercial shipping that have affected 50 nations, with crews from more than 20 countries having been taken hostage or threatened in acts of piracy.
Oil prices surge.
A wider conflict has the potential to decrease crude supplies by drawing producers Saudi Arabia and the UAE into the war. It could also create greater hazards for oil tanker shipments, and either one could send oil prices zooming higher.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois awarding more than $28 million in state grant funding for local park and recreational facility projects around the state. The grant program provides up to 90% of project costs to help build, renovate, and improve recreational buildings used by the public or purchase land to be used for public access and recreational purposes. Two Decatur-based park districts getting a decent slice of a $28 million grant to help improve land. The funding part of the Park and Recreational Facility Construction Act grant program. It's overseen by the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. Grants given to local governments throughout the state to aid in improving public recreational buildings. U of I showing its skills at one of the largest technology shows in the world in Las Vegas. Brunswick Corporation, the world's largest marine technology company, showcasing its Marina of the Future concept. U of I students worked on the project, creating a virtual reality simulator. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim Miller. We check our weather, the all-important deep freeze that we've heard all about that will, in fact, happen. We'll get our details now with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Busey. For over 150 years, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and vicinity. As expected, this dynamic storm system via the plains expected to wind its way through the southern Great Lakes region. Web pressure lines tightening, wind picking on up, and already a pretty good swath of snow and rain making its way across parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. Rain's made its way through the area. Even a rumble of thunder reported in some areas. Should get into a discernible break here for a few hours, and then back in perhaps to a couple of spells of rain and wet snow mixed to the north and northwest of us. High temperatures today between about 38 to the north, 45 down south, 40 here in Champaign, but falling this afternoon as out southeast wind shifts to the north, rain and wet snow shifting over to snow. High wind through the night, lows crash, a flash freeze at 19, and a west-northwest wind gust to 50 miles per hour. Over the weekend, bitterly cold, couple of passing snow showers and flurries, 20 and dropping tomorrow. High Sunday and Monday only single digits, and sub-zero cold at night. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
You the man, Tim. Dedicated Diesel. Still got any Dixie choppers out there?
Yeah, I was going to say we need to get people over to see Andy and get those Dixie choppers bought and out of there while they're on the at the winter pricing. I mean, once we hit the spring, those things are going to be in demand and they're going to go, and the prices are going to reflect that. So
you can
get over there and make a deal.
You can literally save thousands of dollars on this thing. And it's like the fastest one ever built. It's amazing. You ought to go see that.
What's the address, Tim?
1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana.
And Gale Freights Trucking, y'all full? You need a driver or two?
We could use one over-the-road regional driver, and I got to thank Gail and all the people at GFT that pitched in and helped us. They all did a great job while we were gone.
And where do you go to tap into being a future employee, and how do you reach out to GFT Trucking?
Just email me at timo@gftlog.com or call 765-793-7131.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, well, Friday, ESPN 93.5. Brother Johnny is down in New Orleans where it's dipped down to 69. Is that right?
Yeah, 69, Steve.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be coldest, like under 40 in the middle of the night this weekend. But
yeah,
not too bad.
Well, and in New Orleans, the Mardi Gras season has begun, right? Fat Tuesdays.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. February 13th, I believe. Valentine's Day is Ash Wednesday, so...
No, it's in gear. We got the king cakes, and people are getting into the parade mood.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easter is March 31.
Yeah,
That's
it's early this
early,
year.
man. Really is. Okay, so New Orleans is going to be a little warmer than us. That's fine. We've had a great winter up here, relatively speaking. A lot of rain around now, but it's going to be deep freeze, sub-zero beginning next week. Johnny, you remember the Great White Hope, the 1969 Plymouth Fury. You remember the day you went out there? It always was outside, and it was minus 17, and she started, and we were like high-fiving. That was amazing.
no, right? It turned right over. There was a good car. It was it was. There was no kind of ethnic reference. It was just a white car, and it operated on a wing and a prayer. So it was the Great White Hope.
That's right.
Well, and then that's the vehicle that you took to New Orleans for your first job in 1978, I think. And you went to Mike McHenry's Superstar Mechanical Guy in Philo, and Mike kind of assessed it, didn't he?
Yep.
No, right. So Diane, I asked him. I said, "This is sounding great. I don't know how you do it, Mike. So think I can get to New Orleans?" He goes, "New Orleans? How far is that?" I said, "It's about 800 miles." He goes, "Whoo!" and he walks around the car, and he wasn't joking. He's just trying to size it up, and he stares at the engine for probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds. He looks up, and he goes, "Yeah, she'll make it. Don't go any further, though."
And then what happened when you and Brucey drove down to New Orleans? What happened?
I made it to the personnel director of the company I was going to start work for because it was Super Bowl week. Again, there was no room. So I stayed with him, and that car wouldn't start for a week. It took me a week to get it going.
Man.
Mike called that within 3 feet.
I mean, but wasn't it smoking on Lake Pontchartrain?
Well, that was fine. It was just getting a little hot.
That's so funny. It just you think about where we all were and how we did that.
Right. But my husband Mike says it's all about keeping up with it, servicing these old vehicles and taking care of them.
We got a fresh battery in there to help and all those other things, but it's still when it's cold, it's cold. It's cold.
Right.
They were different. They weren't as complex. I mean, I carried this giant screwdriver, and you could open the hood and just literally jump it across 2 bolts to start it.
Yeah.
If the starter wasn't working, which it was a little finicky.
Yeah.
And it sparked and started. It was a different age. 1969 automobile.
Nice.
Well, the Lord was with us in 74 when you were in the Great White Hope car was in the garage and it wasn't starting. So you had me come get in the driver's seat. I was like 13, 14. And you were using that screwdriver technique you just mentioned. And you were in a hurry to go see some girl because you just won a one-on-one basketball tournament. And so
that's right.
you got it going, and the reason it wouldn't start it was in drive.
Oh.
Yeah, you could have run right over me.
Oh, my goodness.
And I don't know why. It was divine, but I just instinctively grabbed this and just hit the column thing.
And put it in park.
I just hit it as hard as I could and went to park, and it just jerked and stopped. And Johnny said, good job, now get out.
Oh, my.
Hey, Thanks a lot, Steve, by the way, for that.
That's right.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. All right, so lots going on. I guess the NFL playoffs, those are going to be interesting, particularly the Miami Dolphins, who play in Miami, have to go to Kansas City, where kickoff temperature tomorrow night is going to be -3.
Wow.
I mean, that Kansas City doesn't generally get that cold, but -3 at kickoff, Johnny. This is, I think, wasn't the Dallas Green Bay famous Bart Starr game in the 1968 or whenever that was, 67. That was -15, I think, in Green Bay. And
well, I thought it was -7 for the Ice Bowl. But it might have been colder. If it's starting at -3, I'm guessing it's going to get colder through the game.
Yeah, it's a nighttime game.
It's an evening game.
Yeah.
We'll start tomorrow with Cleveland at Houston at 3:30 on NBC.
Cleveland at Houston. I don't know. How do you read Cleveland at Houston? It's inside, so the nice weather and all that. But, I mean, Cleveland, Joe Flacco, what? This guy was like mowing the grass, and then he got the call. Unbelievable.
Well, he wasn't mowing. He got his $100 million deal, and then he kind of disappeared. But, no, I think Houston can beat anybody. I don't know that they will, but they've had a heck of a year, and they've got a good coach.
So on Sunday, we have Pittsburgh at Buffalo at noon. Is that an outdoor venue?
Yeah,
Oh, my
Buffalo,
goodness.
I can't imagine that'd be any good.
Right.
But
so then the other ones are Green Bay at Dallas at 3:30 on Sunday, and then the LA Rams are in Detroit for an evening game Sunday night.
That's inside.
Is there any situation, Johnny, where you'd go to a game that was sub-zero?
No. And I got to tell you something. You can
quick
talk
answer.
about Miami, but the people in Kansas City don't usually play in that either. That's a tie.
I mean, I can't imagine trying to catch a football at that temperature. It must just be so...
No, I can't imagine that, and I don't think I can do it. That's what got me was the cold, because it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts
really
to catch the ball, but what about getting hit? Wouldn't that just really hurt? 'Cause you're not going to be warm. Man, I don't know.
It's nicer when it's just a summer game. I don't know.
Right. For sure. No, that's right. So we got a lot of good playoff games coming up. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be bitterly cold. And by the way, if you are knowing how to change your furnace filter, if it's all clogged up, it'll be really hard when it gets to -5.
Okay.
So make sure your furnace filter is
Really
changed
working
up this
overtime.
weekend. You
Okay.
definitely want to take a look at that. Well, Johnny, I look around the world and see a lot of stuff. I still am confused by pursuing Hunter Biden. I don't know. He's ultimately going to be pardoned. I don't know why. I guess for the record, are we doing all that?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of other things we should be looking at. It's just not. I'm kind of with you. It's just there's nothing going to happen. Work on something that can. Hey, how about working on keeping the Speaker of the House longer than 3 months? Because they're already on him
Are they
for
really?
this latest
Oh, my
budget.
goodness.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about throwing him out again. I don't think so, but man, you just it's not a perfect deal. You got to figure something out, and there's some compromise that has to be involved, or else you won't get anything done.
I'm not impressed with my Republican leadership from the standpoint of overall body of work. I mean, Paul Ryan was anti-Trump in 2016. I mean, that wasn't easy. And we had House and the Senate and everything else, and they just stalled. I mean, Johnny, I'm just kind of against everything except term limits. That's what I'm for.
I think that makes a difference, and it's it's hard for me to talk about it because it's confusing and doesn't make sense a lot of times. But you can try to hold the line on what you think. But when you're in a political environment, it's politics. It's just politics. Yeah, it is just politics. Meaning you're not going to get all you want because the guy over there won't agree with it. And that's how we hopefully keep from erupting into violence, which we've done that recently too. But you just have to keep working the process. And as important as term limits is, Steve, as you know, that was my number one issue in a fair playing field. The biggest issue is a fair vote. And there's just more and more things coming out about it. And without that, then it all becomes kind of a moot point, not worth arguing about, because if we can't elect who the majority of the people want to elect, then we're not gonna have any say in the matter. So I still think that's where they should be focused forget about Hunter.
Yeah,
we
right.
need to get a process that can't be manipulated. That's all. Going forward, forget about what happened. Just going forward, a process that we used to have one that worked a lot better, that we could at least believe in, and still wasn't perfect. But if it's in a close race, you could still get waylaid. But man, with all the mail-in ballots and some of the internet-connected voting counters, I don't think we can be confident. And it sure didn't look like statistically some of the things that happened could have happened. So that's the issue, political issue of 2024 in my book.
Even though that was the safest and most secure election in U.S. history in 2020. Okay.
Well, it's just a matter of we've looked at how we can control and monitor and certify mail-in ballots, and it's just not possible.
Okay, that was my disclaimer, so I could stay.
Yeah,
on
no,
social media.
I get you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
96 hours before the first vote, it's Iowa on Monday night. The latest poll: Donald Trump 54, Haley 20, DeSantis 13. Record cold chaos. You're talking minus a lot. So will they get out and caucus at 1,100 different places, Johnny?
Yeah, sure. That's their deal. They like doing it, and I wish I had a clue how they do that, but they've got something figured out. 54-20, is that right?
Yep, that's what it is. But I don't know how you poll that when it's a caucus and your buddy can change his mind in 2 seconds. I mean, I don't know. I think that's harder to poll. I think a lot.
Yeah, probably. But I think they use the same methods, and that they figure, well, it'll all come out like that, however they add them up.
Yeah, and I think Iowa, I think the state gets, what Ed say last week, $150 million in revenue for campaigns, hotels, food. I mean, that's a lot of money, man. I wouldn't mind them coming to Champaign for $150 million. That'd be enough for everybody.
Be nice.
Man.
Yeah, they've got the spotlight on them because they just kind of evolved. They're the first ones, and they kept it that way, and it's kind of a tradition. It's a little like Mardi Gras, to be honest, because
that's right.
I don't think it really matters. I think Pete Buttigieg won last time.
Yeah, I think Buttigieg won. I mean, Iowa, only 43% of the time does the winner in Iowa win. So it's
okay.
It's like, well, it's still 43%, I guess. But,
yeah, that's not bad.
But so who will, presuming Donald Trump wins the primary, who is his best choice for a running mate?
Steve, I got no idea. So I'm not. I'm gonna have to think about that, Diane, because he keeps asking me.
I know it.
I just think it's. I mean, wow! Talk about a crapshoot. Who's he gonna pick? He said he inferred that he's already kind of picked it. So I don't. He said that the other night on Fox. He said, "Well, I know." Well, who is it?
Well, and yeah.
Who would enhance his because you got a guy who's 78 and he's one term because he's already served one, and we have a presidential term limit, but nobody else. So this is one and done. So it's kind of important on this one, I would think. Really?
Yeah, they're always important because the vice president could very well become the president, and I think there's plenty of good candidates across the board, even the ones running against Trump. Just to get their name out, you could go with a young guy like Ramaswamy. He hasn't attacked Donald Trump at all. I think Donald, as we know, takes it a little personally. So Ron DeSantis might be off the table.
And probably not Haley either. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't.
I don't
Nikki
think
Haley,
so.
They've been kind of. But then again, George Herbert Walker Bush, Ronald Reagan went at it in 1980 pretty hard, and he picked him. So.
Well, what about Kennedy Johnson? They couldn't stand each other.
Right.
And that was just to get Texas, right? That was a whole Texas strategy.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I said, I'll throw a couple of names. Tim Scott.
Yeah, I like Tim Scott, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He's a senator, I think.
Yep, Senator Tim Scott.
Good, smart guy.
Yep. What about your new buddy, the governor of South Carolina? I'm sorry, South Dakota.
Oh, yeah, Miss Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem.
Yep, I think that's a good choice for vice president. She's going to give 3 electoral votes, which he'll get anyway. Yeah. So that's kind of 2 strikes against
right. I mean, do you try and find somebody that'll help you like that, the electoral?
Yeah, that's really one of the considerations is you find a state that could go either way, and the guy you pick can help you win it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and sometimes that can make the difference in the election. And boy, we're living in a time like that. So, I think that that'll come into play. But but I don't think Trump will use that to drive his decision. Remember, he picked Mike Pence from Indiana, which is they're going to go to Republican.
Well, I think Kamala helped Biden.
How?
I think so.
Back in the day.
Why? How would Kamala help?
Because she was a woman of color on the ticket.
But she's Indian and Jamaican. She's not an African American.
I think she did help, though, Stephen, and people who just didn't think much of Biden said, well, I really like the vice president. Because didn't know anything about her either. And now it's gone the other way. It's like, as bad as Joe is, my goodness.
She's got a lower approval rating than Joe Biden. How's that possible? That's unbelievable. Okay, and finally,
I did get a text here, too, that says term limits wouldn't be an issue if the money out of politics, people go to Congress to become millionaires.
Well, they all do, Johnny. They all leave better off than they got there, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, but now that takes a while because without term limits, the people who have the most power enter in a position to get the most money by hook or by crook, or fair and square, either way, are the ones that have been there 25 and 30 years. And so the term limits would probably automatically mean there'll be less money in it because you can't buy the power that you can now. If you get in with one of those guys who've been up there for 3 decades, he has a lot of stroke and do a lot for you.
Right.
Someone who's only going to be there for 8 or 10 years, there's only a limited amount they can ever get. So term limits is one way to address that as well. But I don't know how we can get that.
No Robert Kennedy Jr. with Donald Trump, huh?
I don't think so, no. How's he doing? They haven't treated him very well either.
No, heck no. He's the crazy Kennedy. They have to discredit him some way. But he definitely is off their page, and so they said the Kennedy family isn't even voting for him. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might be true.
Right. Maybe so.
Hey, this just in. New England Patriots have moved on a coach. They're saying that Jared Mayo might be his successor, and Mayo's only 37. Will he be the new coach of the New England Patriots?
Why don't we get Bill Belichick in New Orleans, Johnny?
Well, I mean, of course, we're keeping our coach Dennis Allen, and I don't know. He hasn't really had his third year coming up.
Yeah.
But I think somebody else might do better. I don't know.
Well, I think the end of the game against Atlanta, when the team went rogue and scored a touchdown, and then somebody gave somebody the finger. I think their discipline is 0 in New Orleans right now. I don't think.
It's not as structured. It's true. I think that can improve.
Yeah.
But they're. My biggest complaint was simply they weren't really that fired up to start the game a lot of times, and then we get in hole. But it's a tough job.
Oh,
Steve.
boy. Remember Dad used to laugh. Oh, by the way, this is our father's 100th birthday.
100th birthday.
Today is my dad was born 100 years ago.
He's not with us anymore.
Right.
But
15 years ago, he would have been 100.
Yeah.
And he used to laugh, hold his forehead when Bum Phillips said there's 2 types of coaches, them that's been fired and them that's going to be fired. That's what.
Sure.
That's it. Well, Johnny, we thank you for being on. And Go Illini, we won last night. We play Maryland Sunday at 1 in the deep freeze. We hope a lot of people still able to make it out to State Farm. But off and running
Hey,
here.
that was a good game, and I saw it. Good
Absolutely.
defense, Steve.
Yeah.
Great defense. Good offensive spurts, and we talked about it last night. I think you give I think you just in your mind keep 10 or 12 dribbles, and then get rid of the ball. After that, the offense starts to turn into 1-on-5. I know they've had success, but the first half. You kind of had the same thing, but that ball was moving around. In the beginning of the second half, when Michigan State went up 8, it wasn't getting passed around as much, and then we kind of came back around and we're off to the races again.
Yeah. Glad we won. Hey,
and by the way, that's all coaching, and I would have been a coach. I could have surpassed both Bobby Knight and Woody Hayes because I would have attacked a cameraman and choked a kid in my first year. It took them 30 years.
Yeah, it's pretty hard job. Hey, Johnny, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.
Stay warm up there.
You bet we will. Brother Johnny on the Tapman's Towing phone line, ESPN 93.5, 5 till. Our Stever offer is very unique and brand new from Land's Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, I'm treating somebody to a comfort club for a year. The orange plan is only $39.95, and they're going to essentially come and tune up your furnace once a year, your air conditioner once a year. They're going to check all your plumbing, all your drains. They're going to drain your hot water heater, check your sump pump. They're going to do an underground photograph to make sure all your sewage stuff is good. Everything is included for $39.95 a month, and I'm buying this for you for a year. I'm looking for people at 217-359-2255. You want me to take care of this for you? I will. Part of our Stever program, the program where I, Stevie Jay, give you my money so that you might find a fabulous company and keep all the stuff I give you.
Find out details at landsinc.com. I just clicked around and saw how many things you get on this orange plan for the Comfort Club.
So you just text in LANZ if you're interested in being considered. Obviously, a lot of people who wouldn't take $480.
Exactly.
What? I want that. 217-359-2255 to be eligible. Just simply text LANZ. LANZ as in Troy. We'll return. Whole nother hour. Got a lot more tape from last night's basketball game. That's coming up next.
Hi, this is Chris Jackson with Kramer Siding and Window. And whatever your project, you can count on Kramer Siding to offer you the best products backed by the best warranties in the business and a lifetime of great customer service. And right now, you can save 10% on roofing, sunrooms, and decks, get 15% off gutter helmet, and you can save 25% on preservation siding, windows, and doors. So call today or visit us at kramersiding.com and let's get started on your project.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Van and vicinity, and this impressive dynamic storm making its presence felt already. A couple of spells of rain, a rumble of thunder in parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. We'll do it again late this morning, this afternoon, with periods of rain, maybe a thunderstorm, and some wet snow mixed into the north. Temperatures either side of 40 as south winds turn to the north, and those temperatures will crash into the early to mid-afternoon. Overnight lows with a flash freeze at 19. Keep an eye on those bridge decks, overpasses, and roadways. Some rain and snow this evening. Overnight, snowfall of 1 inch to maybe 2 inches, and that northwest to west wind up to 50 miles per hour through the day tomorrow as well. Temperatures around 20 and dropping. A couple of passing snow showers and flurries near 0 tomorrow night. Highs only 5 on Sunday. More light snow in here for late Monday to Tuesday next week. Single-digit highs down a bit below 0 at night with dangerously low wind chills. Some moderation mid next week. Another round of snow and back into the deep freeze with sub-zero cold towards late next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Yep, Illinois wins 71-68, a solid win. And again, it was a bunch of body contortions for me because it was close. And I thought Michigan State, you knew they'd come in like that because it was like, okay, Tom Izzo was all over them. They lost to Northwestern. And it was like, okay, this isn't going to be any good because Tom was unhappy. He was very solemn in the press room last night.
Keeping our streak alive. If people score over 70, we lose. And I actually thought we did a hell of a job defensively. I think the difference in the game was the free throw line. I was a little disappointed, if I was to be honest, but they do have a tendency to draw fouls, but I thought the discrepancy was a little bit tough. Hit 69 shots. It's an unbelievable job. But defensively, the only mistake we made, the way we wanted to cover, was our bigs didn't do nothing. Gave up 12 points to Rogers early. That was disappointing. The other thing that was frustrating was the number of layups we missed in the first half. I mean, AJ took blame for 5 of them, he said. And you just don't beat a good team on the road. They're a good team. We rebounded them, that was a big deal. We had 5 turnovers, that was a big deal. We did everything except win the game, and we lost that at the free throw line. So they're a good team. I thought our effort was 10 times better than it was at Northwestern, which is very critical because that means somebody's listening, and yet disappointed in another tough loss.
Think about what you would have thought a game with Michigan State would be. Maybe not the prettiest game we've played, especially in comparison to our last game here at home. against Northwestern. I'm really, really happy and pleased with our guys. We have literally had whatever it is go through us. Our bye hit at the right time. Ty was sick at Purdue. Had 103-degree fever the next day, and then it just kind of went through us with Luke, Draven, Q. I mean, we've had multiple guys with it, so including me. We didn't do much. We kind of had to get back and compete here for a couple days. We did kind of what we expected them to do, put Manny Sissoko on.
And there is a sea of people gathered in the Capitol sauna. And there have also been protests here in the U.S., angry over the American-led attack on Iran-backed Houthi militants. They vowed to retaliate, saying the U.S. and Britain will pay a heavy price.
Over 100 precision-guided munitions were used in the retaliatory strike that took place on both land and sea, targeting ammo storage production facilities used by the Iranian-backed rebels, as well as launching systems and the Houthis' air defense radar systems. That's according to U.S. Air Force Mideast Command.
Fox's Alexandria Hoffis, after 27 Houthi attacks on oil tankers and cargo ships, interrupting shipping in and around the Red Sea. Many Republicans say it's about time we took action in Yemen, but Republican Senator Lindsey Graham just told Fox.
It was strong. It was the most significant to date, but it won't change the problem. Won't change the equation. The Iranians could care less how many Houthis die, how many people from Hamas die.
Now, some Democrats are critical that President Biden didn't ask Congress to approve the military action. Israel's defending itself against allegations of genocide in Gaza at the International Court of Justice. Deputy Attorney General Gilad Noam told judges it's a cynical attempt to pervert what genocide means. He maintains the war against Hamas is justified.
The need to act forcefully against an adversary that still fire rockets deep into our country and holds our citizens hostage.
A winter storm is hitting from the northwest to the Midwest. Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says it's a blizzard in some areas.
You got the heavy snow, but then you have the blowing snow, which makes travel difficult, if not impossible.
More than 1,600 flights are canceled, a lot of them to and from Chicago, and FlightAware reports more than 1,000 delays. And that snowstorm canceled some campaign events in Iowa, where the forecast is for below zero temperatures during Monday's presidential Republican caucuses. America's listening to Fox News.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers, but for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Up to half the cost for the same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 5 gigabyte data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
A week after the near disaster on an Alaska Airlines flight when a door plug blew off, leaving a gaping hole, scaring passengers until an emergency landing. 5 of them are now suing the airline
for compensation owed for injuries they sustained during the incident. Boeing not commenting yet on this lawsuit. The attorney representing the plaintiffs in a statement saying, quote, "This nightmare experience has caused economic, physical, and ongoing emotional consequences that have understandably deeply affected our clients. It is one more disturbing mark on the troubled 737 MAX series aircraft."
That's Fox Business Network's Cheryl Casoni. Now, those Boeing MAX 9 jets have been grounded for inspections and in some cases repairs at Alaska and United. The FAA has just announced this morning an increase in oversight of Boeing production and manufacturing. The judge may rule by the end of the month at the Trump Organization's civil fraud trial in New York that ended dramatically with the former president helping his lawyers make closing arguments.
As closing arguments wrapped up in his civil fraud trial, the former president told Judge Arthur Engron, who already has found him liable for fraud, that the case was meant to persecute him. Over at 40 Wall Street, one of the properties of which the former president's accused of inflating the value, he blamed the legal cases against him on President Biden.
They're doing it for election interference. And in a way, I guess you'd consider it part of the campaign.
After court, New York Attorney General Letitia James said she believes they showed the depth
of the illegality, the fraud
that personally enriched Donald Trump and his family.
As for the Trump sons, the judge told the AG's office he did not see evidence that Donald Jr. or Eric had intent to commit fraud. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
We just got a new inflation update showing a decline at the wholesale level last month. Producer prices fell 0.1% from November. Year over year, the increase just 1%. That is less than the more than 3% annual rate for consumer prices. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois could become the next state to adopt universal vote by mail. State lawmakers and advocates think this change could improve voting access and relieve stress for election officials. A proposal in Springfield could allow the state to send vote by mail ballots to all eligible voters instead of having people apply to have their ballots sent in the mail. House fire early Wednesday morning in Champaign County destroys a house and its 2 cars. Happened east of Thomasboro on a county road. When firefighters arrived at the scene, all that was left were small flames and smoking bricks. Thankfully, the homeowner was in Urbana. It wasn't near the house. State Fire Marshal is investigating. Champaign Police announcing there was a reduction in violence as well as an increase in community engagement over the past year. Department, which has been focusing on fostering community relationship and promoting public safety, reporting a 49.6% reduction in shooting incidents in Champaign. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Okay, thank you, Jim Miller at ESPN 93.5. Well, we want to take our time with our meteorologist Greg Solier to get this figured out here to exactly how I'm planning.
The winds are going to kick up.
I got a grill cover to worry about.
Right.
For Pete's sakes, man. What?
The grill itself, maybe.
Right.
Man, I mean, this is, I think you said 50? Is that 50 mile an hour wind?
Yes.
Oh my
goodness. Yes.
That is so windy.
And to the listener who is asking on Facebook, I guess getting out of Indianapolis, I don't know where they're going. I don't know if that means from here to there or
what's here to there
and go someplace.
Jacob's coming over tonight from Indy to Champaign. I don't know if that's that bad.
Early on should be okay, and there's just a little rain and wet snow, but nothing to impact air travel outside of whatever equipment, timing out, personnel issues, something outside of weather for now. But if it's 10:40, I think he said this morning, you ought to be in relatively okay shape considering
when does
what's going on to the north. And
start getting bad even to Indy? If tonight, is that bad at Indy? I mean, or is it just all going to be north?
It's going to be kind of like a northwest to southeast shift, so it's not like we get to sundown and nighttime and we move into a pretty tough scenario. So just anticipate, let's say, from like Kankakee to Quincy, and then just kind of propagating down that way in our general area. So it'd be probably mid or late evening out towards Indy. So I think the first part is okay from here to there, from here to St. Louis, back and forth, all that kind of stuff. If you're flying, and again, it's dependent on if they can get airlines equipment in, out, personnel, all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff.
But doable to mid to late evening over there at Indy.
Cardinals look good today at 11. We'll start it at 12. People coming there, but then I don't know if they're changing their plan, but I just know Champaign, they're coming. I think they're on their way, but they go to Peoria and Bloomington tonight and tomorrow. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's it's not the big snow area, but then again, 1 inch of snow behaves like 10 inches of snow
50
when
mile
it
an hour
dries out and hit 50 mile an hour winds. There are winter weather advisories there and here till tomorrow morning. Winter storm warnings up towards Kankakee, Quad Cities on northward. Had one blast of snow that came through, including thunder and lightning, Streeter, and over towards Kankakee. They had about 1 to 2, almost 3 inches of snow in about 2 hours' time. That's fading. New moisture back into the western end of the state and across Iowa. And we've got a break here for now, but there's always some big rains making their way out of far southern reaches of the state. And some of the gauges already, Danville had an inch worth of rain and already an inch of rain downstate, and maybe another half to an inch worth of rain coming up our way, complete with thunder later on this morning and this afternoon. With that rain-snow mix as you get up north of maybe 136 and towards Bloomington, Kankakee for the late morning and afternoon. 40-ish and dropping. We're 37 now. Be warmer south, colder north. And then everyone into the cold air with time northwest to southeast tonight, and a flash freeze at 19.
What does flash freeze mean?
That means it's just a rapid drop, a rapid freeze up of whatever moisture we have on the ground plus the moisture coming on down. So, I mean, it will be a precipitous, steady, rapid drop in temperatures. So that's why we put that term in there. And in fact, we got to keep an eye on streams and rivers. This is an ice jamming scenario as well, with the degree of rain that's going to be coming first of all. So that'll freeze on up. Rain mixing with some snow, turning over to wet snow, maybe an inch or two, but drying out and blowing around as winds pick up out of the northeast late today. They'll pick up out of the north tonight, turn westerly, gusting better than 50 miles per hour through the day tomorrow. 20 tonight or so, 20 tomorrow, and dropping 0 tomorrow night. But the winds stay up all night tomorrow night through Sunday at 20 to 30 miles per hour. So we've got wind chills heading down to 20 or 25 below. Only 5 on Sunday, the forecast high. Maybe a snow shower too, both morning and late. Few flurries over to some light snow late Monday, Tuesday, 0 or a little bit below here. Actually, Monday, Tuesday morning, high temperatures in the single digits, back up to 20 on Wednesday, and another low with some Arctic air, another round of some light snow in here for Thursday and Friday of next week. Welcome to wintertime finally here in the Midwest. Back over to you, bud.
You the man. Thank you, meteorologist Greg Solier.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
With the leaves and temperatures beginning to fall, it's time to make sure those furnaces are in great running order. Get that furnace tuned up so it doesn't let you down on the cold nights. Dogtown is the People's Choice #1 HVAC company again in 2023. Ask about the current 0% financing offer on all Lennox high comfort systems and single component units for qualifying applicants. The number's 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
During challenging times, family and health come first. This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Many of us have spent the past year feeling a little bit out of control, but there are steps that you can take to plan for a better financial future. Now is the time to take action and create a financial plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Did you see the text from last night drive show? Big Def predicted 81-78 Illinois. Another person predicted Illinois 72, Michigan State 68.
Whoa.
So kudos to our very smart prognosticators.
Yes, ESPN 93.5 listeners are the best, and we're your Cardinals affiliate. We're looking forward to the noon start for the Cardinals Caravan
at
the I Hotel and Conference Center, 1900 South 1st Street. Doors will open at 11. There's prizes if you want to get some raffle tickets from Restoration Urban Ministries crew. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Kids 12 and under, the priority for their one item to get autographed. And they do provide, cards with the St. Louis Cardinals logo, Cardinal Caravan 2024. In case there's nothing to sign, we can get that for you as you go down the aisle there and have the panel sign everything. Jordan Walker will be the autograph to get right now.
Well, he's definitely a young star. I saw Clark getting his hair cut yesterday as I was waiting, and he comes every year, listens to us all the time. We'll see you there, Clark. I know you're excited, and so are we.
And we're excited that number 10 Illinois beat Michigan State 71-68 with 5 Illini in double digits. Ty Rogers, Coleman Hawkins, and Marcus Domask with 15. So there was a time where there was no field goals for like 5 minutes, and we made some free throws at the end of the game. But, boy, that was tight back and forth at the end.
Well, Derek Piper asked a pretty good question of what the heck, Coleman Hawkins? Why are you so relaxed? What's going on? Here's Derek's question.
Coleman, the way you're shooting the ball right now from the outside, what's different for you now maybe in comparison to years past?
Honestly, I think I just stopped caring. I think I just shoot it now. I think I just cared too much in the past, worrying about if it was going to go in or not. Now I just shoot the ball, So, yeah, I think I just stopped caring and just shoot the ball.
Is that what he said? He didn't care? God, thank the Lord. You guys have heard me for years comment about his shooting. I think Coleman is one of the best. Coleman might be the best catch and shoot guy on our team, and that's no offense to Luke Goody or anybody else. When he shoots it, I think it goes in, and I don't know what more as a coach that I could do over the years than to keep pleading with him to shoot it. I think it's every player's dream to have a coach that tells you to shoot it, and maybe that was with him. But I think he's the best five-man pick and pop guy in college basketball because of his ability to shoot it, and he does have the ability to make some hard shots. Sometimes I don't like those, but he is a very, very efficient shooter.
All righty.
If he's loose, he starts draining threes. That really changes everything. By the way, Terrence Shannon has a hearing today at 1:30 trying to make the University of Illinois, because of lack of due process, reinstate him. And we'll obviously be watching and listening for all of that to see what happens. But he wrote a pretty compelling letter, I think it was in the News Gazette, of what this has done to his life and that he claims his innocence.
Mm-hmm.
So we will
thanks for bringing that up. We did get a question about that at 359-2255, what time that is, and it's 1:30. Maryland beat Michigan yesterday 64-57, so they've got some momentum coming into that Sunday game at 1 o'clock. The women, Nebraska beat Illinois 56-48 yesterday. When it comes to some basketball tonight, we'll have Minnesota at Indiana and Nebraska at Iowa on the men's side at 8:30. Saturday, Northwestern's number 15 Wisconsin, and Sunday Rutgers is at Michigan State. As far as NBA action, we had Milwaukee over Boston 135-102, and tonight Indiana is taking on Atlanta, and Golden State is in Chicago for the Bulls. We had the Blues over the Rangers 5-2 on ice. Winnipeg beat the Blackhawks 2-1.
Could you fire up that Illinois basketball schedule really fast? I'd like to examine this.
And one of the top 10 trending stories on ESPN is the New England Patriots have already turned around and hired Jared Mayo. He's 37. He'll be the youngest and first black coach, 15th coach for the New England Patriots.
Well, good for him. And that's a great opportunity. It seems like the high 30s is the hot age to get a head job in the NFL. Mm-hmm. A lot of young coaches. For sure. Anyway, Illinois plays. I know we host Maryland. I believe we go at Michigan. Really struggling. They're 6-10.
Mm-hmm.
Will Juwan Howard survive that? And then I just wanted to see we can
The
examine.
21st, we're against Rutgers at noon.
That's here. Okay, we beat them on the road to the rack already.
24th at Northwestern at 8 o'clock.
Very challenging.
27th will be against Indiana there at 2.
Okay.
And then the 30th will be at Ohio State at 6.
All right.
February 4th, Nebraska at 5:30.
Yeah, we don't have to go to Nebraska now where they just beat Purdue. We have them here once. So
That's right.
All right, it's 8:19. Let's check again details.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and vicinity. As expected, this dynamic storm system via the plains expected to wind its way through the southern Great Lakes region. Web pressure lines tightening, wind picking on up, and already a pretty good swath of snow and rain making its way across parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. Rain's made its way through the area. Even a rumble of thunder reported in some areas. Should get into a discernible break here for a few hours, and then back in perhaps to a couple of spells of rain and wet snow mixed to the north and northwest of us. High temperatures today between about 38 to the north, 45 down south, 40 here in Champaign, but falling this afternoon as out southeast wind shifts to the north, rain and wet snow shifting over to snow. High wind through the night, lows crash, a flash freeze at 19, and a west-northwest wind gust of 50 miles per hour. Over the weekend, bitterly cold, couple of passing snow showers and flurries, 20 and dropping tomorrow. High Sunday and Monday only single digits, and sub-zero cold at night. For Stevie Jay, broadcasting meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
There's a sign of prices moderating, at least at the wholesale level. The producer price index declined 0.1% in December. The drop was a surprise. Economists were expecting the reading to be unchanged. For the year ending in December, the PPI is up 1%. Excluding food and energy, wholesale prices were unchanged from November to December. JP Morgan Chase had expenses from the FDIC in the recent quarter related to last year's regional banking crisis, but the nation's biggest bank managed to report a record profit, and JP Morgan Chase shares are higher. Delta Airlines saw its profit nearly double in the holiday quarter. It's reporting record holiday travel, though it is being cautious with its forecast for the year, and the stock is losing ground. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosolda, invested in you.
Kudlow on Fox Business is now on the go for podcast fans. Download the Kudlow Show podcast every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com. Kudlow covers the latest headlines and business trends with an emphasis on the financial impact facing households and businesses across the country. Listen to interviews with key business newsmakers. The Kudlow podcast will be available on the go after the show every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Invest in yourself and your money with a free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank. Instead of losing a little each month in service fees and charges, wouldn't it be nice to earn on your money? Switch to Fisher National, where we offer 2.02 annual percentage yield on balances up to $20,000. No service fees or minimum balance required. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, agree to receive your statements electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle to qualify. It's as easy as that. If an excellent APY alone wasn't enough, our free rewards checking also includes ATM fee refunds up to $20 and access to Reward Saver, which increases your earnings potential with 4.07% APY on balances up to $20,000. When you're ready to maximize your money, look to Fisher National, a bank ready to make the investment in you. See monthly requirements at any branch or visit fishernational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Yep, I think we're going to have a pretty good crowd at the Cardinal Caravan.
Yeah, and a shout out to Heather Roberts for hosting me at CI Living yesterday. And we had a chance to talk about the 20 different cities really all across the area this weekend. The Cardinal Caravan, it should leave Champaign and head to Peoria for this evening and then Bloomington tomorrow night. But everybody's watching the weather too.
Bloomington tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I think they get out of town. I'm going to check their. Listen,
all we're concerned about is
Champaign. Of course, I care about them all. Yeah, Bloomington tomorrow. Well, it is 6 p.m. tonight in Peoria. Tomorrow 4:30.
That's right.
4:30. So it is. Anyway, they'll figure it out. Smart people. Martin Coco is head of the ticket sales, I think, and he's coming. He's kind of leading this one.
Awesome.
But it'll be good to meet. I mean, everybody there is like somebody you know. Chip Carey is. I think he was the play-by-play for the Chicago Cubs. And then he was Atlanta Braves.
Just like Harry Carey, his grandfather.
Yep.
And his father was Skip. Was Skip a broadcaster too?
Broadcaster for Atlanta for 1 million years.
Okay.
So you had 3 generations, very rare. Mm-hmm. And Chip Carey, again, with the Cardinals is where Harry started. So Harry Carey was a Cardinal broadcaster with Jack Buck, Joe Garagiola, back in the 50s.
Wow.
So,
I mean, we know his work at the end of his career with the Cubs so long.
Well, he was there for the Cubs, and do you know why and how Harry Carey started doing the 7th inning stretch?
I do not.
Bill Veeck was the innovative owner of the Chicago White Sox, right? But he also owned the Cleveland Indians. When I got a wild hair in the middle 80s and wanted to own a Major League Baseball team, I was able to call Bill Veeck, legendary baseball mind, and talk to him. I think we talked for a whole 3 minutes. I said, I'm a small guy that wants to own a club. Forget it, kid. Forget it. It's corporate now. You can't do it. Buy a minor league club. You'll make money and have fun. And at the time, minor league baseball was $1 million a team. And that would have been good. But at the time, the Cleveland Indians were on sale for $35 million. Right now, you'd get $2.4 billion.
Wow.
Timing was great. We were $34,999,000 short. So anyway,
okay.
But anyway, so Bill Veeck invented showers in the outfield when fans got hot. He did a lot of cool things.
Okay.
He's the guy that planted the vines at Wrigley Field. That was Bill Veeck.
Oh, wow.
So Bill Veeck heard Harry singing the 7th inning stretch just as he was off air, but he's doing it. And he said, that's the common man. I want you to sing the 7th inning stretch.
Absolutely.
And so what kind of iconic thing did that start?
That's right.
I'm the area. I won. It was just legendary. And people sometimes went to the game for that.
That's right.
Make sure they could hear that. Anyway, Chip Carey will be here, and he's somehow, Harry wasn't very tall. Harry was 5'10", maybe. Chip's 6'5". I have no idea where he got that.
Wow.
So we will welcome all of these Cardinal people at the iHotel and Conference Center. We always trying to make Caravan 4 the best.
Yes.
And we generally get 500 or 600 people. Last year must have been an off year. We did not get a huge crowd. We've set it up for 600 people. So come on out, man, and see these guys and see what happened to last year and see if we can go from worst to first.
There you go.
A lot of teams in baseball can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have the hitters do that. Do we have the pitching? And I think that's still fairly debatable. Okay, we'll break. We'll come back. Another half hour of the week to go. 217-359-2255. If you would like to chime in on our text line, all our guests appear on the Tapman's Towing phone line. I have a wonderful Stever offer, the program where I give you money to spend and you keep the stuff. From lands, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and underground, I'm paying somebody's way for an orange plan. This is $39.95. They'll come and tune up your air conditioner and furnace every year, do all your drains, drain your hot water heater, check your sump pump, take a picture of your underground piping. All that's in the club, and I'm paying the whole thing for you for 12 months. What kind of guy does that? To be interested and innovative and have a chance to win this amazing Comfort Club Orange Club level, just text LANZ, L-A-N-Z, 217-359-2255. You want to be considered for $480 prize? Is that what 40 times 12 is?
I think so.
400. It's just slightly under $480. But for $39.95, as much as we... By the way, I went to the grocery store last night. I'll even tell you where I went. Quick stop at County Market.
Okay.
I bought a loaf of bread, Dawn dishwashing liquid, Dawn dishwashing liquid, and a very other small item, napkins.
Okay.
What was my bill? For napkins, Dawn dishwashing liquid.
I feel like I'm on The Price is Right. I can't
and
go over.
a loaf of bread.
$20.
Loaf of bread used to be $1.50.
Okay.
Dawn
I'd
dishwashing.
say that's $3.
Yeah.
John's $3.
Anyway, I thought a loaf of bread,
okay,
napkins, generic napkins.
$12.
Yeah, it was $13.50 for generic napkins, which should be about 99 cents.
Right.
And that was like $4. It's like, what the world?
Well, you went through the high filter with me on economics. I just know I'm going to take a hit every time I go in there.
Oh, if you buy meat, it's $148.
Yeah.
That's just it. All right, we're coming back. 217-359-2255. It's Friday. It's January 12. We're going to get in the deep freeze. We're ready. We can do it.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Houthi rebels in Yemen say 5 of their members are killed in U.S.-led airstrikes.
President Biden said the strikes were carried out in direct response to unprecedented Houthi attacks in the Red Sea, adding that those attacks threatened U.S. personnel, civilians, and, of course, trade in the region.
Fox's Kevin Cork. Republican presidential candidates have 3 days left to campaign before the first in the nation Iowa caucuses.
While former President Trump was in a New York court, his son Don Jr. spoke out in Iowa.
We're not going to stop.
Vivek Ramaswamy sounding not too concerned about his low poll numbers.
I believe we're going to see a massive surprise.
Nikki Haley hoping voters are engaged.
Monday matters.
While Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says
no one knows what the turnout's going to be.
Jill Nato, Fox News.
President Biden gives a speech about the economy today in Allentown, Pennsylvania. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. House fire Wednesday morning in Champaign County destroyed a house and 2 cars. Happened east of Thomasboro on a county road. When firefighters arrived, all that was left were flames and smoking bricks. Thankfully, the homeowner was in Urbana and wasn't near the house. State Fire Marshal is investigating. Champaign police reporting another year with fewer shootings and more engagement with the community. Department releasing Wednesday's review of last year. The data shows the downward trend of 2022 continued into 2023. There were fewer shootings, incidences, and homicides. Governor Pritzker is celebrating last year's economic development milestones as Illinois advances into the new year. Governor says Illinois business stronger than ever, and there's no better place to expand and grow. He noted that Illinois is attracting companies looking to make large-scale, long-term investments. Illinois also reached its highest ever hotel tax revenue figures. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity, and this impressive dynamic storm making its presence felt already. A couple of spells of rain, a rumble of thunder in parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. We'll do it again late this morning, this afternoon, with periods of rain, maybe a thunderstorm, and some wet snow mixed into the north. Temperatures either side of 40 as south winds turn to the north, and those temperatures will crash into the early to mid-afternoon. Overnight lows with a flash freeze at 19. Keep an eye on those bridge decks, overpasses, and roadways. Some rain and snow this evening. Overnight, snowfall of 1 inch to maybe 2 inches, and that northwest to west wind up to 50 miles per hour through the day tomorrow as well. Temperatures around 20 and dropping. A couple of passing snow showers and flurries near 0 tomorrow night. Highs only 5 on Sunday. More light snow in here for late Monday to Tuesday next week. Single-digit highs down a bit below 0 at night with dangerously low wind chills. Some moderation mid next week. Another round of snow and back into the deep freeze with sub-zero cold towards late next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Busey drives generosity. Monthly campaign encouraging associates and customers alike to give generously, benefiting their neighbors and communities through donation drives and charitable initiatives. In support of poverty awareness, Busey inviting associates and customers generously giving during the month of January with the donation of new socks. Why are socks so important for the unhoused? Well, it takes 30 minutes to get frostbite and sub-zero temperatures.
Oh, wow.
Central Illinois averages 7 days a year of sub-zero. Many folks walk several miles daily to access food, water, shelters, so socks are huge.
Yeah.
There is pride in wearing socks and shoes with, that don't have holes.
Well, you just think of this weather forecast coming up.
Oh, boy. New socks can be dropped off until January 31 at any Busey location, either in the donation box found in the lobby or through the drive-up line. 100% of socks donated will go to local homeless shelters. Busey drives generosity, part of the Busey promise to act locally, strengthening the communities where we live and work. For more information about this drive or others throughout the year, visit Busey.com/Busey Drives Generosity. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So I asked Johnny if he'd ever go to a sub-zero football game. He said no quickly.
Yes, he did.
And I would totally concur. Would there ever be a time where I would go to it? No. I just would not go.
I wouldn't either.
Why would you do that?
And, I guess I'm turning like a fair weather fan. I mean, I'm looking at Sunday, and I'd like to support our Illini and go to.
Well, that's inside. You just got to get there.
It's just a walk.
It is inside, but you're right. Walking, if you're in minus 20 wind chill, you've got to put all your stuff on. And we are expected to be minus 20 wind chill as we get in the deep freeze here for a few days. But the good news is it looks short-lived.
Right.
So I'm
without
happy about
snow
that.
on the ground and ice and all of that. Let's hope that's the case.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely a concern when you get to these sub-zero. But we were expecting, think of the guys like, Tapman's Towing, Jim Hampton.
Yeah.
They're on call.
That's their zone.
Well, if they get icy,
saving people.
If the temperature's 30, 31 and it gets icy, they don't have enough guys to tow people. They're sliding off the roads left and right. And it goes from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So it's just can you imagine how busy all of our friends at HVAC, the heating and air conditioning people, they all get slammed beyond, because if it's minus something and the thing breaks, that's why you tune it up. That's why you get, it's like an oil change. You check on things like that.
Right.
If you don't do that and it breaks, guess what? There's 900 other people in this town that'll probably have a furnace that goes walking.
Yeah.
We're talking about, 150,000 people around. There's going to be hundreds of furnaces that are acting up. Whew. So one other tip.
And the pipes freezing up, too, is something you need to watch. I saw a report on insurance of 2,800 last year was how many people reported pipes broken and tried to get insurance money back on that.
If you've never had that happen, it's not fun.
I've not
had that happen. It's just a mess. Okay, so one thing about the filter, if you haven't changed your furnace filter, there is a filter. And sometimes it gets like cardboard, because I know. And then it doesn't breathe.
Right.
And then it works too hard, and then it can break.
Very taxing on your furnace.
Change your filter before tomorrow. Today, do it. High today, 44, 22 for tomorrow. Sunday's high of 7 with a wake up at -5. Monday, -2 wake up. Tuesday, -4 wake up. And heck, by Wednesday, windy, but 24 for the high.
Right.
So, yeah,
And all the U of I students are coming back this weekend. Boy. I mean, they don't go back to school until Tuesday, but bundle up with the high 4, low 2.
Well, they all ride bikes and walk.
Right.
And it's going to be minus. Well, that's, hey.
I mean, they'll probably skip class that day.
I don't know. I mean, you're going to get to kind of the scenario synopsis for the full spring semester.
Well, you're right.
I don't think I'd miss that one. Now, some people don't go to all the classes, but, probably not a bad idea to do that. Okay, we told you earlier, Terrence Shannon Jr., who suspended from the team, and the whole process of, lack of due process, his team of lawyers, which does include Steve Beckett, well known around here.
Yeah.
He's before a federal judge in Urbana at the federal courthouse at 1:30.
Okay.
And I have no idea what to expect.
Right.
I don't think.
I was just going to ask. I mean, what are we expecting from this? Because is it like the pretrial? Is it?
I think they hear it, and I think the judge can rule on it. I don't know, but I do know my feeling is the University of Illinois doesn't want anything to do with this. Well, why can't you stand up for your guy? Well, think about that. Then you don't care about women. Well, there's no proof of, I know, but the accusation is there in the charge. It's one thing to have an investigation look into it, another thing to charge him. You can look all around Lawrence, Kansas, and the state's attorney who brought the charge. I mean, you can investigate all of that and the history of all that. The bottom line, in a charge like this, you don't know. I don't know how we'll ever know. It's he said, she said.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently there is no evidence of anything. He says I didn't do this. And so what do? So if the U of I has to, I don't know if they have to do anything, but if they're judged.
This is the motion for the temporary restraining order.
Yeah, so he could theoretically play again.
Right.
But then the headline on all games are accused rapist Terrence Shannon is what the charge is.
Being charged with rape and sexual battery in Kansas.
Does the U of I want that story every game? Well, is it fair to Terrence? Because we don't know. But the critical part here is the timing. Basketball is going to be over. The draft is going to be gone. His dreams of making a lot of money, it's at least postponed. Doesn't mean he can't come back later. If he's exonerated later, he'll get a chance, but nothing like he had it going. The whole thing is a head-shaking, sad, just, again.
Has been suspended from all team activities with the student-athlete conduct panel voting that he couldn't return while facing these charges.
Yeah, but again, what did he do? He's accused of it, but we are to presume innocence. But in this day and age, and the woke virus that is out there, you can't presume innocence if it's about a woman. You can't presume innocence if it's about a lot of things now. You just assume that it's a bad guy. Is that fair to him? What if he's innocent? We don't know. And the wheels of justice turn slowly. And so that's why it's such an urgent case for him to have a chance to pay, make money enough to pay for all the support he's given his family right now with his NIL money. So we'll see what happens. It's, again, a sad deal all the way around. I mean, horrible if it happened, horrible if it didn't happen. I mean, man, you get your reputation back on that ever?
Yep.
I don't know. 842-217-359-2255. If you want to jump on our text line, you're sure welcome.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Hi, this is Amanda Jean, the founder and planner of Inspire Your Wedding and Events. After the big yes, are you daydreaming about the big I do? Join us for premier, interactive, immersive, inspirational wedding showcase to bring together vendors and couples from all over Central Illinois for your big day. Come away with ideas and vendors that will make your wedding one of the most inspiring days of your life.
Save the date on Saturday, March 23rd at the historical and unforgettable Orpheum in downtown Champaign.
For complete details, visit inspireyour.com. That's inspireyour.com.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Thank you to our texters that tells me the hearing is in Springfield, not Urbana. Okay, Springfield at 1:30. No idea how long something like that takes, and I would presume there'll be some reporting on it because a lot of people will want to know what happened. 8:43. Okay, we'll jump to one more sports headlines and get that going again. Whew, it was not easy. Michigan State had a lot of energy last night, and I knew they would because they played with no energy at Northwestern, and Tom Izzo got on them. You know that Tom Izzo is the only coach that Michigan State has had since, like,
decades.
What's in the 80s? He took over in the 80s. Maybe it was the early 90s. Judd Heathcote. I want to know how many coaches Michigan State has had over the last 50 years. I think it's 2. Michigan State has had 2 basketball coaches in the last 50 years. Unreal. All right, Illinois beats Michigan State 71-68, a big Big Ten win, protecting the home court. You have to do that.
Yes. I was just looking when Tom Izzo started.
Judd Heathcote was there since the 60s, I think. Maybe 70s. Anyway, it's amazing. In this day and age, they have a basketball coach, 2 basketball coaches.
28 years, it looks like.
28 plus Judd Heathcote had to be in there another 20.
He's 68 years old.
Wow.
So... yeah.
Well, all right. 8:44.
So the final was 71-68 over Michigan State. Maryland beat Michigan 64-57. So that's who we're playing Sunday at 1. The Illini are 12-3 on the season, 3-1 in the Big Ten. 5 Illini in double digits. Ty Rogers, so great to see him in good health, and 15 points from him. And Marcus Domask really came on fire in the second half. And Coleman Hawkins, the 7th game in double digits, along with Quincy Guerrier getting double digits for his 7th game. But that no field goal for, essentially the last 5 minutes and 7 free throws that we got. Thank goodness Marcus is good at the free throws on the free throw line. So it was tight. I couldn't get back to sleep.
No, that's their problem.
One of those.
That's their problem with 8 o'clock games on a school night. I couldn't go to bed till midnight. I too fired up. By the way, Judd Heathcote was there from 1976 until 1995. So that was for just about 48 years they've had 2 basketball coaches, and they named Tom Izzo the head coach 2 years before Judd left. They said, "This is our guy." 2 years later,
so they had the succession program.
Yeah, they had it already, but it just again, it was so unusual for a basketball program. Find another basketball program, maybe Syracuse, because Jim Boeheim was there for so long, that have had 2 coaches in 50 years. Just unheard of these days.
This article goes on about Izzo and John Calipari of Kentucky, the 2 highest paid coaches. But that was in 2012. I don't know where things stand now.
I think Tom Izzo regarded as one of the really good guys, old-fashioned guys. 68 years old. I don't know how much longer he'll go, but
he signed a 5-year contract extension in 2022 worth $6.2 million annually with the Spartans.
Well, he's one of the best, so no doubt.
Spartan for life, he's saying.
Yep.
We had the women go down, Nebraska on top 56-48 yesterday. Tonight we'll have Minnesota at Indiana. Nebraska's at Iowa at 8:30. Northwestern's number 15 Wisconsin on Saturday. Rutgers is taking on Michigan State on Sunday. But again, our Illini facing Maryland at 1 o'clock. Might be a good choice to get in on that bus at Pia's. That fan bus leaves about 45 minutes before tip-off and leaves 10 minutes after the final buzzer.
I'm trying to think if there's a better scenario for you than the Pia's bus.
That's right. You're
even if you're
right at the door.
If you're in a fancy parking spot, you still got to walk farther than the Pia's bus.
You get the food and the drinks before, and you can even take a solo cup with the drink on the bus.
You walk in, and then, 15 minutes after the game?
Right. Like 10. They like it to be 10.
You got to be out there.
They want people to hustle.
Otherwise, you have to Uber.
I mean, it's probably going to be 15.
It's still going.
They do what?
Yeah, let's go.
They want to beat the rush.
Horn sounds. Otherwise, they're sitting in traffic.
I know it.
All right.
I know it.
Anyway,
like
Pia's does that, but you got to get a ticket. You got to go to Pia's, say, hey, I want to get on that bus. I'll give you a ticket. So
Patriots hire Jared Mayo. Talk about quick turnaround time. Bill Belichick just left the Patriots after 24 years and in the last 24 hours. ours, but Jared Mayo has been in the system and played for Bill Belichick and definitely knows how the Patriots work. So that's another top trending story right now. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Are you one of those guys out there tinting windows day in and day out, all different shades of black, and ready to put a little color in your life? Come work for us. At Aftershock, we're looking for a guy with experience in wrapping, whether it be window tinting, vinyl wrapping, anything of that sort, or somebody with just ambition that wants to show up to work and be proud of what they do. You know those wraps with Troy Lands on the back waving at you? That's our work. Call us, 833-DECAL-IT, or email office@aftershockdd.com. We want you.
Whether your regular beauty counter has disappeared or you want a beauty refresh, then it's time to visit Merle Norman. Beautiful changes happen every day at Merle Norman. Whether you have a special event coming up or you're just in the mood for something new, you can depend on Merle Norman Cosmetics to satisfy all your beauty needs. From advanced skincare solutions to the latest looks and color, we're locally owned and ready to help you with expert guidance and award-winning products. No wonder we've been the go-to brand for millions of women since 1931. Visit us today at 706 West Market View Drive over by Subway.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands. You can count on my company because you can count on me.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and vicinity. As expected, this dynamic storm system via the plains expected to wind its way through the southern Great Lakes region. Web pressure lines tightening, wind picking on up, and already a pretty good swath of snow and rain making its way across parts of the area. Mixed snow to the north. Rain's made its way through the area. Even a rumble of thunder reported in some areas. Should get into a discernible break here for a few hours, and then back in perhaps to a couple of spells of rain in Whetstone, to the north and northwest of us. High temperatures today between about 38 to the north, 45 down south, 40 here in Champaign, but falling this afternoon as out southeast wind shifts to the north, rain and wet snow shifting over to snow. High wind through the night, lows crash, a flash freeze at 19, and a west-northwest wind gust to 50 miles per hour. Over the weekend, bitterly cold, couple of passing snow showers and flurries, 20 and dropping tomorrow. High Sunday and Monday only in single digits, and sub-zero cold at night. For Stevie Jay, broadcasting meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Dr. Jaya Wadawan, and I'm a pediatrician with OSF Healthcare. RSV is respiratory syncytial virus, and it's very common in pediatric patients, especially in the age group of less than 2 years old. In RSV, some symptoms to watch for is fever, cough, wheezing, any difficulty breathing, decrease in appetite. So with COVID and RSV, it's difficult to differentiate the symptoms and the presentation of each. The best thing to do is go to your provider and get a swab for both COVID and RSV. Older people can get it. It presents more of an upper respiratory infection. However, in the pediatric population, it presents more in the lower respiratory tract, which causes more of severe symptoms. Treatment includes supportive care for fever, so that includes Motrin and Tylenol. And if they need further respiratory support, that would include some oxygen support and nebulization. Visit the website osfhealthcare.org.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Looking for a place to host a corporate meeting, intimate gathering, or a large-scale celebration? If so, the University of Illinois' Alice Campbell Alumni Center offers the perfect space and staff to make your function a success. A few rooms offered at the center include the Elegant Ballroom, the Richmond Family Gallery, and the Premier and Professional Executive Boardroom. For more information on renting a space at the Alice Campbell Alumni Center, visit uiaa.org/alumni-center or call 1-800-355-2580. Go Illini!
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
All right, be careful as we go into the deep freeze. Again, Cardinal Caravan, doors open. I think a lot of people will be there at 11 because they want to sit close, up and personal with all the Cardinal people that will be here. Always an honor and pleasure to have the St. Louis Cardinals visit us and our caravan, and we put a lot of energy into it because we think it's really good. Anyway, doors open. iHotel and Conference Center, absolutely fantastic venue. Sam does such a wonderful job, and all the wonderful people there. We look forward to being there. You enter from the north entrance. It's very parallel to the kind of see the iHotel windows.
That's right.
Houlihan's windows across the way, though. So enter from that place. It's going to be set up. We don't do tables. We do chairs. We get more people in there.
That's right.
And usually 500 or 600 people
There's
in there.
like a head table with the panel on there.
with them
And they're going to be, explaining the insight to their lives. And you'll have some Q&A as you work the mic, Stevie.
We'll have people come down the middle aisle if they're interested in asking a question.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day. Go Cardinals.
Yeah,
Go Illini.
We'll see you all later at the iHotel. Thank you for listening. The boys this afternoon talking more on the Illini win last night. And look ahead to Maryland. Thank you for listening. I'm Stevie Jay. Have a blessed weekend.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Take a look around your home. Is it finally ready for some much-needed updates? If you don't know where to start, then just meet with one of our experts. We'll help you find the perfect waterproof plank floor for your kitchen or that stain-resistant, super soft carpet for your bedroom. Finish your room update with a custom sofa and chairs, or choose a trendy in-stock dining set that's priced right. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
During challenging times, family and health come first. This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Many of us have spent the past year feeling a little bit out of control. There are steps you can take to help plan for a better financial future. Now's the time to take action and create a financial plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Illini fans, this year we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium for the 2024 Fighting Illini football season. Join us in Memorial Stadium as we honor 100 years of tradition and continue to create memories for the future. Season tickets for the 2024 football season are on sale now. Secure your season tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th. Experience more cherished moments in Memorial Stadium this season and lock in your tickets today at fightingillini.com.
Invest in yourself and your money with a free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank. Instead of losing a little each month in service fees and charges, wouldn't it be nice to earn on your money? Switch to Fisher National, where we offer 2.02 annual percentage yield on balances up to $20,000. No service fees or minimum balance required. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, agree to receive your statements electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle to qualify. It's as easy as that. If an excellent APY alone wasn't enough, our free rewards checking also includes ATM fee refunds up to $20 and access to Reward Saver, which increases your earnings potential with 4.07% APY on balances up to $20,000. When you're ready to maximize your money, look to Fisher National, a bank ready to make the investment in you. See monthly requirements at any branch or visit FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah